Welcome back to another episode of Finding Gratitude. My name is Miguel and I am your host, and now I am back solo for this episode. I couldn't get anyone to come in. No, I'm kidding. Um, I mean, even in the past, like I haven't really been asking people to come in. It's just been like people that have reached out to me, maybe have seen the podcast, or they're just hang around with me, and are keen to share the story, talk about some stuff, and come onto the podcast. But today, I thought that I might do a solo one because man, it's 1 in the morning. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty late, I guess, for some people it may be. For me, it's pretty much like prime time. I usually wait. I don't know why. I guess I'm more of like a night owl type of person where I start to do the like edit work, I guess, like post production type of work that I kind of have to do. I always wait till it's really late. Like I like to edit when everything is pretty quiet. I don't know. That's how I feel anyway. Even like I'll come into the office at like reasonable time, like 11, 12 p.m. And I know I need to edit, and I just literally delay it. So I'll come in, maybe have lunch, go train, come back, maybe watch some Netflix, maybe play some FIFA, and just I'll know that I need to do the work, but I won't start it till it's like 2 in the morning because that's just how my brain works. And I don't know. Like I said, I think just when everything's quiet, because obviously around 11 to whatever time it may be, just outside there's noise, there's traffic, planes going past, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I guess it's just like distractions. I don't know what it is, but I'm more of a night person. I like to edit late, so it's 1 in the morning. I am gonna be doing a solo episode because I wanted to talk about like the post side effects of the of stem cell transplant that I had received, or just pretty much post stem cell transplant, man. And like, I got it in 2019, so it's been 3 years. I kind of, I guess, celebrated my third year anniversary or third year in a sense, because like if when I got the stem cell transplant, because essentially all my cells, all my stem cells had to pretty much be killed, right? Because I got salvage chemo 6 days straight. Um, does that mean I was kind of like reborn? I don't know. But man, even crazy shit. Okay, going back to numbers again. I don't know if you know, but I love numbers, specifically 369, and what they represent. I guess they represent a lot of things, but to me, it represents like I just see them as magic numbers. So anything that I see that says 369, I know it's magical, it's meant to be, and stuff like that. But how 369 actually touches on the date that I got the stem cell transplant. So, well, first off, I was 27 when I got the stem cell transplant. Two plus seven, nine. And the year was 2019. Two plus zero is two, plus one is three, plus nine is 12. One plus two is three. So again, see, that's already nine, and then three. So that was the year that I got it. The date was the sixth of September of the '09. So like six, like if you were just to do the date, it's like 6 9 and then 2019. But if you plus all those numbers, equals three. So it's 693. You plus all those numbers, that's 18. One plus eight, it's nine. So, man, crazy shit. I don't know. It's meant to be. It's like it was written in the stars even before I even got my stem cell transplant, bro. Like, it's like you're gonna get it on this date, but you don't know it yet. Okay. 27. I was 27. Two plus seven, nine. But anyways, enough. Enough talk of just numbers, because I wanted to talk about, yeah, post stem cell transplant, because it's been on my mind, I guess, a fair bit just lately. Uh, One, because it's really really playing with my mental health. So I haven't like I've been up and down recently. Like last couple weeks, maybe 4 or 5 weeks now. I've been really, really up and down. I've been depressed, I guess, a fair bit, man. And it all comes down to, these little things that I was just gonna talk about, which is the post, which is actually side effects, man. So there are tons of side effects that you can get from stem cell transplant. Now, I can talk about it one by one. Did I even write them down? Yeah, I think I wrote some of them down. So there's mouth and throat pain that you can get after stem cell transplant, nausea and vomiting, and the nausea and vomiting is it's like acute. Obviously, because you've gotten so much chemo and whatnot, it just keeps coming back and it's just worse. Now I have an increased risk of getting infections, right? Illness. I guess that comes with any sort of cancer, especially if you're going through treatment and stuff like that. It's very common that you're gonna get sick, and if you do get sick, it could, it can get worse really, really quick if you don't treat it. I guess I've been pretty lucky where I haven't had many infections. I haven't gotten really sick as much. I am kind of a bit fluey now. I kind of think like I might have gotten COVID. I haven't done a test, but I don't know. I felt really, really strange this time I got sick, so I feel like it might be COVID. Lung problems, yeah. Okay, lung problems. There is, I guess, the lung problem from getting the stem cell transplant, but for me, it's also because I had a tumor growing on my in my chest, and I mean, if you watch my previous podcast, I've talked about this. It was the size of my wrist. It was pretty big, so I had to get chemotherapy, and I also got radiotherapy targeted on my chest. So obviously, my chest got affected as well because of the radiotherapy. Now, there's graft versus host disease, which is for me the most common or the most yeah well the most common side effect that I've actually been going through after the stem cell transplant. And now with the GHD or graft versus host disease, well, essentially what graft versus host disease is when you get donor cells. So they don't give you your own cells. Like they don't give you your own stem cells back. They were going to give me my own stem cells back, but we tried it and it came back that all my cells were pretty much cancerous. So that wasn't gonna work because if I get my if I give myself my own stem cells and they still got cancer in them, it's not gonna do anything. So graft versus host disease can happen in allogenic transplants. This is when you get the stem cells from someone else. When the immune cells from the donor see your body as foreign. Yeah, true. So it's the donor cells that are attacking my cells. Remember, the recipient's immune system has mostly been destroyed by conditioning treatment and cannot fight back. So the new stem cells make up most of the immune systems after the transplant. The donor immune cells may attack certain organs, most often the skin, gastrointestinal tract, and liver. This can change the way the organs work and increase the chances of infection. For me, the graft versus host disease, it attacks my mouth the most. I don't get any nausea. I don't get nauseas. I don't vomit. Don't get stomach cramps. Loss of appetite. I mean, sometimes I have loss of appetite, but it's pretty easy for me to regain appetite when you just smoke some cannabis and you get hungry or you get the munchies and whatnot. Um, so no, not really, especially as well when I train. Like the more I train, the hungrier that I become because I'm outputting so much energy and I need fuel to convert to energy. Yellowing of the skin and eyes, abdominal pain, weight loss. Yeah. See, I don't get any of that. The main one that I get is that the mouth ulcers, right? And also burning sensations when eating acidic foods. also spicy food. So it's those like I guess the mouth ulcers act like I mean if you've gotten mouth ulcers before then you know what I'm talking about. But essentially it's like having cuts for me is around my mouth, even where my gums are, and also my tongue. So if like I can't eat any spicy food at the moment. But let me just finish off what else is graft versus hostess is before I go to specifics for this. Yeah, it just says dry burning eyes, dryness or painful sores in the mouth. Yeah, that's me. Blockages in the smaller airways of the lungs. So wow, man, it could also be affecting my lungs in many, many ways that I don't even know. I didn't even know. I don't like I've only just started to read about the the main side effects of the stem cell transplant. Like even before, I remember before I got it, they gave me a little pamphlet, probably like 150 pages or thereabouts. I didn't even read it. I don't know why. Just didn't want to get as much as information because I didn't want to know too many of the side effects. Because if I knew, I felt like I was gonna start digging myself a hole in a way where maybe I was just gonna do a lot of research and it's just gonna be like making. I'm just not gonna be able to control the mental state that I'll go into when I, find out all the bad things about getting a stem cell transplant. So I didn't do it, but now recently I've started to, read more. I guess more informed, like being more informed because knowledge is power, and having that awareness can help me make smarter decisions. I guess when it comes to eating food specifically to this, right? The main side effect, I guess, that I've gotten from the stem cell transplant is the mouth ulcers. So I can't eat spicy food. I can't eat any acidic foods like citrusy foods, oranges, lemons, which is not that bad. Like I don't mind it, but I think for me, like spicy food is I I've loved spicy food pretty much all my life. Like I I still remember like loving laxes, man. Like uh, laxes, laxes, yeah, laxa, man. I fucking loved it. I used to love it. I just even just sweating a little bit from fucking eating spicy food. It's not a bad thing, man. I used to enjoy that. I used to enjoy it so much. I used to love spicy food, man. Fuck. Even just thinking about food and how good it's just the taste, right? Like this it just adds flavor to the food, man. And not being able to eat like spicy food. It's been a bit of a. It was fine at the beginning. I was like, nah, I'll be okay. Um, I thought I could repair all the mouth ulcers in my mouth and all these cuts by eating the spicy food. You know how like if you have like a like a wound or like an open cut or just like like a cut, you like put some salt over it or you just put some like alcohol over it and it's like it's healing it. Yeah, it burns for a little bit, but it's doing good. I tried doing that by eating spicy food, thinking that my cuts in my mouth were gonna heal. Um, they didn't. They actually got worse. So I was like, ah, fuck. Then I can't really eat spicy food at all. Now I am prescribed these tablets, which essentially they're not painkillers. They're not even anesthetics. I'm not 100% sure what they are, but essentially these pills that I am prescribed for this mouth ulcers, I gotta crush it, mix it with water, gargle it, spit it out, and it's meant to like numb my mouth for a bit. I haven't given it a go. I haven't tried it. I should probably give it a go. My mates always tell me now, it's like, bro, like we always see you suffering when we go out because man, sometimes, I'll just be eating a steak and they put too much pepper in the steak and my mouth is fucking on fire. I was eating lasagna the other day and again, I guess it's just, the pepper that they use in the lasagna and I was just my mouth is on fire. It's like it literally becomes a psychedelic trip when shit's too spicy and I just can't handle it. Cause it's like burning sensation, but then the burning, I don't know, it just gets really, really intense. It's like It's like, like if you can't eat spicy food, then you kind of know the feeling. And even if you do like spicy food, when you're pushing, the spice, you get that, what the hell's going on? But yeah, like not being able to eat spicy food has at the beginning was, okay, but now the more that it keeps happening, um, the more that it's become pretty shitty for me, man. Like I'll be at a restaurant, like I was saying, and I'll order a meal, and I'm like, yeah, this doesn't have any spicy food, or it doesn't have any spice or anything, so I'm gonna be okay. And then, yeah, they put too much pepper, or like they don't even put too much pepper. They just add pepper to the meal, and it's spicy for me. So, it affects me in a way where I don't know. It's like I get angry at myself, I guess, or I just get angry at the whole situation that I am in, and and then I get frustrated. I'm like, why can't I eat this food? And that's been playing in with me a fair bit because it's making me upset, especially thinking about how much I used to love spicy food and now I can't have it. It just makes me upset. Um, it also affects me when I eat like acidic foods, but I don't really eat acidic foods as much. It's more as the spicy food that I can't eat, which is upsetting, man. Not gonna lie, it's upsetting. Um, I always try to deal with it. I always try to be self-aware. Like every time I'm put in this situation when it's like, oh, this spicy food, and I eat it and it burns my mouth. I get angry and I'm just always like, okay, look, it's just temporary, like the angerness, or is that even a word, angerness? Um, you know, me being angry, it's it's just, it's just temporary. So through time, I in like, not through time is gonna get better, but like, yeah, I guess what me being angry is gonna like, I'm gonna be less angry as time goes on, of course, but it's just, I try to be self aware and be like, okay, look, pay attention to the emotions, pay attention to how you're reacting right now, and kind of get over it. But it's hard to just always be positive, man. It's hard being just, being happy, positive, and just being like, oh, it's okay, I'm gonna be all right, but my mouth's on fire. No, like, it's been frustrating me a fair bit. Um, and it's just, yeah, like, it's been playing with my mental health because of it. Like, the other thing apart from the mouth ulcers, is that right? That I guess the side effect of stem cell transplant and also of the radiotherapy that I received and the chemotherapy that I received is I feel like my lungs are damaged. And I feel it when I work out. So when I'm at the gym, and this also puts me in a depressive state. I'm at the gym and the workout is whatever the workout is, and I have to go for a run, and I just get so puffed out real quick. My conditioning is not there anymore. Yeah, it feels like I might be running on one lung. I don't know. I've done lung tests. They seem to come back pretty good, but it's not, they don't test it to see. I guess I have done like lung capacity tests, and they've always kind of come back pretty good. But it's not testing me in the way where I am doing like a conditioning class, or I'm actually working out to see how my lungs, are then, because the lung capacity test is just literally it's literally just me breathing in and then breathing out, and then they test that. But because I've known how I've been before when I've worked out and I've been able to do, X amount of work, like being able to run for, like 100, 200 meters without getting puffed out. And now I'm just like, I run, a little bit and I'm just puffed out. And then because of it, I am like not hyperventilate. It's hyperventilating when you're just breathing in and out heaps quick. My heart rate goes through the roof within 10 seconds of, like, 5 seconds of me running, because I'm trying to breathe and I can't breathe. And yeah, so that's kind of puts me in a little bit of a depressive state, and the in a depressive mood, because yeah, it's like I wanna I want to, like, I want to be like how I was before, I guess, and I'm not there. And No matter how much I push and try and, keep thinking that I'm building my conditioning again, nothing's happening. And it's just like, fuck, like, it's depressing, man. I guess even just seeing how others as well are performing, and then I'm just like puffed out, like trying to catch my breath, and I'm just like, yeah, it's been hard. Not gonna lie, it's been hard. So not being able to eat the foods that I love puts me in a depressive state. I love food, man. If you know me, you know I love food and I love spicy food and I can't have it, so it's shit. And I'm not just gonna be happy about it, man. I'm not. This is why I wanted to do this like post stem cell transplant kind of podcast, so you can, because I guess other people can also relate too, right? Relate where that I've actually had the stem cell transplant, and this is also gonna teach you for people that don't know, people that may actually have to go get it and whatnot. This is one of those side effects. But I mean, I'd rather have these side effects than being dead, right? Beggars can't be choosers, bro. I can't be like, no, I want to be alive, but I also want to be, the same that I was before, like, especially after getting cancer and getting all this treatment. So, nah, and yeah, I do get depressed about it. Yeah, it's been affecting my mental health a lot. Do I talk to anyone about it? I guess just my friends that are with me, but I'm always, that positive person that's like, it's gonna be okay, like I'll be alright. But um, it's not always like that, man. And I keep repeating myself, I guess, in regards to the foods. But yeah, like even just pepper, it just drives me crazy. And the other thing is, like, if the food is too hot, I can't eat it because my tongue is it's pretty fucked. In a sense where I feels like I got burns on my tongue. So if the food's too hot and it's like temperature wise, and it's gonna burn my mouth, it just burns my mouth. Um, and if the food's too cold, or even when I have a cold beverage, I can't even scull any drinks anymore because it just burns my mouth, and I can't have any shots, which is probably a good thing anyway, because alcohol is the devil, and I can't scull like drinks and any drink, bro, like beer, seltzers, whatever it may be that I'm drinking now. Find a little bit of a struggle to drink sometimes, and it's just because it burns my mouth. And again, probably a good thing, right? Because alcohol is not good for any of us. But stuff like that gets me depressed, man. Or yeah, like puts me in a depressive state. Cause like I'll go out, I order some food, the food's too hot, burns my mouth, I'm upset. I take a bite, turns out to be too spicy. I just spent X amount of money on this food, I can't even finish it. Makes me more upset. Oh man, life's tough, bro. Life's tough. But it always gets better at the end of the day, man. The end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, the end of the year, the end of whatever it may be. It always gets better. Not being able to, do those shots, to be able to drink. Yeah, when I'm out with my friends, like plays with my head, and I'm just like, why? But yeah, it just gets better. Being at the gym and not being able to output, not being able to push myself, or I mean, I try to push myself, man. I really try to push myself at the gym. Like, running is affects me the worst, I think. The bike as well. So riding the bike puffs me out. Um, wall balls as well, because I guess just the chest. Like I'm kind of like, I guess decompressing the chest as I do those movements. But yeah, the conditioning type of workouts is just what drives me a bit sad because yeah, you know, I was better, I guess, at conditioning, and now I'm not. Um, but yeah, like and those are the things that I'm doing. Well, obviously drinking, I'm not drinking every day, but training, I try to train almost every day, like 5 to 6 days a week. I haven't trained at all this week because again, I've been a little bit sick, and funny enough, last week I had Seth come on, and he was sick. So maybe he's the one that's made me sick because he's been sick for like 2, 3, 4 weeks. But yeah, so there's that. The mouth ulcers in my mouth, um, making me upset. Not being able to perform at the gym as well is making me upset. Now strength's there. So when I do strength training, where there may be like deadlifts, bench, um, squats, snatches, cleans, like the strength is there. So to you know, in regards to my performance, strength's there, but conditioning is not there because yeah, I just feel like my lungs have been heavily affected. Now, look, I do believe that, and I've when I was doing the meditations, I was doing a specific meditation called "Blessings of the Energy Centers" by Joe Dispenza. You know, I was really trying to focus on my mouth healing, and now I know I can get there, but when it doesn't happen overnight, it's hard, man. It's hard to just keep doing the work, like doing the meditation, and be like, yeah, everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna heal itself. It's gonna heal itself. Now I know that I can heal myself because if you go into YouTube and if you search Joe Dispenza, you can watch all the testimonials, and man, these guys are just doing crazy shit. Like they're healing themselves. They're essentially healing other people because they get like 12, 15 people together and they go into meditation and as the healies, and then they heal one specific person, like whatever that person may be going through. And yeah, crazy shit. If you really wanna, you know, if you want some inspiration about it, definitely go to, yeah, like I said, search Joe Dispenza testimonials on YouTube. I think they post one maybe every 2, 3 days, so it's continuously being updated. Miracles happening almost every single day, man. Shit's fucking insane. And that, just by me watching that, it chews me out because then I'm like, hey man, if they can do it, I can do it. I know I can do it. I've always been, in this. Sorry, that was just my sister's messaging me tomorrow about thingy tomorrow because we're going on a little holiday. But yeah, so I know I can definitely, heal from all this, and I'm gonna be okay. But some days it just affects me um, more than the others. And I guess the other thing as well that I can talk about is that I have this. I don't know. I think I had, or maybe I still have blood, blood clot somewhere on the left hand side of my body, but I can feel it when I do specific movements, anything to do with the chest as well. I have also this thing where my veins pop out through my neck into my chest, which is very uncommon. Um, Again, it's probably because of the cancer. One of my first oncologists definitely, you know, saw it and he's like, okay, there's something not right there. But so I get when I do bench as well, like I guess if I didn't go to the gym, I wouldn't see many of these problems, and if I didn't eat, maybe I wouldn't see all these problems as well. But training is just, I guess, part of my life. Like I try to train 5 days a week, and I also need to stay healthy, man. Like how else am I meant to stay healthy? And weightlifting as well is good for the bones, which is another thing that the stem cell transplant affects highly the bones. So yeah, but yeah, so I have this. I get this like as if like the vein in my chest keeps stretching itself when I do the bench. I have this thing as well on my left hand when I do specific movements where it feels like the vein the vein moves in and out, and I can't like stretch my arms, so I need to like shake it out, like especially when I'm doing like push-ups in the workout, or sometimes when I'm doing pull-ups in the workout. And I gotta stop. I gotta shake out my arm. Sometimes when I'm doing like snatches, not not barbell snatches, but like dumbbell snatches. I even felt it doing just dead ball overs, like when you pick up the dead ball and you just throw it over yourself. So yeah, so I get that sensation on my sometimes it but it moves, right? Like it feels like it's the vein in my chest when I'm doing the bench or when I'm doing push-ups. And then it moves to the bicep. Now it's actually moved to the tricep. And now I can actually feel like a vein that it's not popped out, but it definitely feels like it's inflamed or it's bigger. I don't even know if veins can be inflamed, but it just feels like somewhere on my wrist is just like you can just feel the vein that it's just bigger comparing to the others. They're just thicker. So just like abnormalities, I guess, like that also comes from like post stem cell transplant. And again, it's not just like I'm not trying to say this as well, and then sound like make me sound ungrateful that I got the stem cell transplant and that I'm alive. No, it's like I'm fucking grateful as shit, but I can only be happy as many times, or like I can only be as happy for X amount of times, man. I can't just be happy 100% of the time. Like I'll literally lose my mind. So recently, I have been feeling pretty bummed out. I've been pretty sad, feeling really depressed because of all these things. And yeah, if I spoke to people, made me, it'll make me feel better. And I do talk about it to my friends. My friends like, bro, you know, you are prescribed this thing for your mouth ulcers. You should just fucking buy it and do the gargle and so then you can actually enjoy the food. So I guess there is hope. I just need to go do it. So through I yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna buy the prescription. I'm gonna test it out, see if it does actually help. I'm hoping it does help. But yeah, like see those things place on my mental health a lot, and that's the post stem cell transplant stuff. The other thing as well that just recently I started to think about, which kind of made me a bit anxious, was that uh, this week I guess I've been a bit sick. My lungs have been really restricted, and wow, why did I die? Now the other thing as well that's just that has come up in my mind just recently is I have been sick. I guess this whole week that has gone past. It's just been a bit sick, and my lungs have been restricted. I haven't been able to breathe properly, and it scares me because it reminds me of like when I had that tumor in my chest, especially when I relapsed. Because I mean, I can also remember the first time I was diagnosed in 2016, but when I relapsed in 2018, I remember being in America and I couldn't breathe, man. She was scary as fuck. Like, I would literally stand up, puffed out, take 2 steps, 5 steps, and I am out of breath. And that also is actually how I feel like when I run for like 5, 10 seconds. So these things scare me, man, because it like reminds me of when I had a tumor on my chest, and it's not every day that I think about the cancer coming back, but when I get sick, it scares me because I feel like, the cancer's coming back, but it's just because I have a chest infection, um, during that time or like for the couple of days that I had it. Now I don't feel it as bad, like, but walking up the stairs, I kind of do get fatigued. Even like going through sicknesses and like feeling fatigue is kind of like it kind of reminds me of again having the cancer and having a tumor on my chest growing and just shit like that scares me, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes I wake up and I'm just like, oh shit, what happens if the cancer's coming back? And I guess that's another thing that I kind of deal with post stem cell transplant because nothing is promised. Like any time, like it could come back at any time, and that shit's just fucking scary for me, I guess. And it's crazy because yeah, I do realize that that I am being depressed and that I'm upset, and it may take me a day, it may take me 2 days, may take me 3 days, but by the end of it, I always go back to realizing that it's me that's making me feel like this. Like I have the control. Yeah, I'm trying to do the best that I can with the situation that I've been given and always trying to be positive about it. But even when I know that I am upset at myself or when I am depressed, I know that I am feeling like that because it's those thoughts that it's getting me there. I'm not too sure how much about all these chemical imbalances that it's making me depressed. That could also be another thing that, I have some sort of chemical imbalance in my brain that it's making me feel depressed. But most of the time, I know that it's just my power. Like it's because of me. Like I am getting depressed at myself and about my situation because if it's with the food, it's because I'm not, taking the actual medication I'm prescribed that can probably help me, man. That it can help me ease the pain so I can actually eat food. And I guess this is why as well I've kind of been experimenting a lot with ketamine because ketamine is a anesthetic, so it's also a de- dissociative. So it's pushing yourself from this reality in a sense. So I'm kind of losing my sense of reality as into who I am. So numbing my mouth by numbing my whole body. Um, but it hasn't been as healthy, man, because I guess I do have a bit of a addictive personality because I've got a lot of stuff to deal with that I still need to deal with. So I've developed this addictive personality. So I sometimes tend to abuse substances, and which is not healthy, and I see it for myself. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna slow down from it. But yeah, like I was saying, I know that it always goes back to like the way that I'm thinking, right? So it's just catching myself, man. But as much as I try to be as positive as much as I can, it's hard. Some days I just can't do it. So some days I just let myself be and be depressed, I guess. But then at the end of the day, I'm just like, hey, like you should be grateful, And I am. At the end of the day, I do become grateful, and I'm just like so happy that that I get to live, that I just wake up, that I'm alive, and that I'm not struggling the way that I was when the cancer had relapsed, or when the cancer came into my body for the first time. Because those were crazy, scary times, man, and it's not like that anymore. I'm actually healthy. I can actually do things. I have good quality of life. I get to enjoy my life. I get to do anything I want really. I'm not stuck in my full-time job that I was when I first got diagnosed, which is probably one of the reasons why actually I think um, the sickness came about because I was not in a happy place because I was wasting my years away working for someone that the bank. Yeah, I used to work for Westpac. Shout out Westpac. Or I used to work for Capital Finance before that, and then they got bought out by Westpac. Um, but I literally was hating my life then, and I'm not hating my life now. Yeah, I have days where I kind of do hate my life and puts me in a depressive state, the depressive mood. But then realizing that I have control and the power to change those thoughts, uh, I guess that's real empowering. Like that's where the power lays down to, and just always going back to that. And just this is why I like with the stuff that I do, I always want to help people realize the amount of power that they have within themselves. And we forget so quickly, man. We forget so quickly how powerful we are. Like, if we are not happy because of a situation or because we're not happy because of how life is right now, just remember that you have the power to change it. You have the power to one, change your own thoughts. Like, your personality becomes your personal reality. The thoughts that you keep absorbing or the thoughts that you keep coming up in your head is creating your whole reality. And if you forget that that's what you're doing, it's easy to get caught and just be angry and be upset and just be lost in a sense for such a long period of time, when it's like, when you remember that you have the power to change all that, it doesn't take too long. Like, you're not going to be in that depressive state for too long. You're not going to be in that I don't want to say bad mental states, but you don't want to be in those type of mental states where you know that it's like, where you feel like your life is like miserable, man. Like, sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes I feel like life is fucking shit for me, man. Like, one, because I can't eat food, one, because I can't train, but then at the end of the day I realize, hey, like, I can change all that. Like, I don't need to be angry, I don't need to be unhappy, I don't need to be sad, I don't need to be depressed. Like, I don't. Let's just change that. Let's be happy. Let's put happy thoughts in my head. But but that's what I struggle with, man. And I thought I'd make a video about this. Like I said, the post stem cell transplant stuff. Maybe just trying to raise awareness about this stuff, because it's probably a lot of people. I wonder how many people in Australia have actually received stem cell transplant. Like, I think it's common now. Like, before it wasn't as common because it costs a lot of money. But thank you, Medicare, that covers for all that. My whole like cancer experience, it's been pretty good in a sense where, like, I haven't had the need to pay a lot of money for expensive medications or expensive treatments. Like, I know if I was in the States, I would have been really hard to probably heal myself, or be where I am now, if I didn't have money to pay for all the drugs that I needed. But yeah, luckily we're here, which helps a lot. Is there anything else that I wanted to talk about? No, I think that's it. Now, I've only spoken probably for like 40 minutes though, so I wanted to see if there's anything apart from that that I want to talk about. No, I think that's about it, man. Okay, I actually think I'm gonna just wrap it up there because my throat's starting to get a little bit itchy. Um, it's almost 2 in the morning. I gotta wake up pretty early because I'm going away for the next couple of days with the fam. So I'm keen to go and have some time, enjoy my time away, and yeah. If there's anything that I would like to end this with, again, it goes back to, don't forget the power that you hold to change your mood. Like, you can easily change your mood. If you're feeling upset, if you're feeling sad, I'm not saying don't deal with those emotions. I'm not saying, like, when you feel sad, be self-aware enough that you can change that and change it straight away. No, like, deal with it, like, go through, like, sit with those emotions. That's something as well that I've just recently started to learn. Like, I've always thought that I just needed to be this positive person all the time and be like, oh, every time I would get upset, I'd be like, nah, those thoughts, fuck off. Like, I need to be positive. I've, slowly realized that I need to sit with those emotions, like, regardless. If I'm feeling upset, yeah, okay, learn why I'm feeling upset. Oh, it's because of this. Sit with those emotions and then let them go. Which is um I've been doing for a long time, but it's hard when every single day it's a struggle to eat food sometimes. It's a struggle to go to the gym and work out, to do a conditioning workout, because it plays a lot of my mental health on that. Like, it just makes me sad and makes me upset. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna sit with my feelings today, but tomorrow the same thing happens, and then I'm upset again, and the next day the same thing happens, and it's just like a constant reminder of how shitty my life is. And I don't want to sound like, that I'm so ungrateful, because I am fucking grateful that I'm still alive, but that's just how I feel, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it makes me feel like. Like, oh my God, my life is so shit. I can't eat proper food. Oh my God, I can't work out. I've got this pain. Like, oh, I've got this abnormal pain in my chest. I can't do this movement. I can't do that. It's a lot of like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do that. Um, And I guess by me putting this out, in a sense, I'm letting them go, these emotions go, but at the same time, I'm gonna have to instill the change that I want to see in myself and in my life, in my body, in my mouth, for the good, man. Because it's tough to be doing this, but it doesn't have to be forever. So I'm gonna start doing the meditation. I'm gonna start doing the work again, and just starting to heal myself. And yeah, if I get get upset, if I do feel upset, if I do go into this depressive spiral kind of downward emotion thing, I just need to learn how to accept it and then let go of it, and always going back to how much power we have ourselves. Because there's been days where it's like I forget how much power I've got, and it's just like I've been upset for the whole week. I don't know what to do. Like I'm just depressed. All I want to do is stay in my bed, not get out, not do anything, not face the world because I don't want to eat food. I don't want to like go train because I it feels like I can't. Um, I there's yeah there's days that I do feel like that, but yeah, I just need to remember that I have the power to change those thoughts. That I have the power to to change those thoughts, meaning that I am not depressed anymore. Now, I hope this episode made some sense, and also just just gave you some knowledge on how I feel sometimes, or how I've been feeling lately. Actually, sad. Wow, this is good. This is like a psychologist appointment to me, or like a counseling appointment. Yeah, like a counseling session to me, because I get to express how I feel. I get to. It's funny because I have this board that says how to achieve opening openness for expression, and how to learn, grow, how to explore vulnerability, and I need to find places where I feel connected, safe to be, aware, accepted, alive, comfortable, because that's where I'm going to be able to express myself the best. And doing this podcast, being in this podcast, it makes me feel, because there's no one here, it's just cameras in front of me, and it's essentially me having a conversation with myself. It's like I can be my most expressive self, like I can be my honest self. And by saying how my life has been pretty depressed the last couple of days, last couple of weeks, because this whole food thing is affecting me, this whole not being able to train is affecting me. And I know every single time I say this, I always try to go back to yes, but let's be positive about it. Like you're still alive, you're still breathing, you can change your thoughts, you can change your emotions, you're back to being happy. And that's how I am right now anyway. Like I'm not depressed as much. I am quite happy. Um I get to see the light at the end of the tunnel every single day. Like I have my affirmations every single day. I wake up, I'm fucking grateful that I'm actually alive. Like, and it's crazy to think, but sometimes when I get a little bit tipsy, I get really 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 grateful, or I become really really grateful, because I'm just like fuck. Like I start to think how life used to be before, and how beautiful life is now. But yeah, trying to wrap it all up and finishing it off in a positive note, don't forget the power that you have within yourself to change your thoughts, to change your emotions, to change your reality, to change your life. I hope everyone out there is having a fantastic day or night, whatever time it may be that you're watching or listening to this podcast. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Might have a guest for next episode. We'll see. Bye.